California in San Diego.
And it is normally sunny and bright here, but it's a little bit cool.
Yeah, it's winter, so
almost rainy.
Yeah.
But
it didn't stop anybody from coming out.
No, thousands of people, literally maybe 15,000 people showed up to tour countless tiny homes, you know, the full spectrum. I like to say every flavor of tiny living, whether it's a van, a school bus conversion, a tiny house on wheels, a park model that's 10 feet wide, or even a vintage camper. There was something for everyone here. And the best part yet is we got to celebrate some exciting advocacy happenings in the local area. But of course we're here repping, you know, Tiny House Expedition and our new ventures, Tiny House Plans and tinyhousebuild.com.
So what we're gonna do is show you some of the tiny homes that they have here at TinyFest California.
Let's do it.
All right.
Beautiful buses here at TinyFest California, but I have to say a bus named Sue is one of my favorites.
Stop.
And not just because the name is so great. Is that based off of anything in particular? Like a song?
Yep, it's the Johnny Cash song, A Boy Named Sue. So it's a boy, to be clear.
Alright, that's good to know.
Yeah, but if you heard the song, it would make sense to why we named him that.
It had to be tough.
Yeah, had to be tough.
I like that. Like tough but maybe sensitive on the inside?
Yes. No. Tough only.
Tough only. Well, Lindsay and Leo live in this lovely bus with your kitty cat, Wilson, right?
Yep. He's hiding, but maybe he'll make an appearance.
Yeah.
You want to come inside?
Sounds great. Guys, how long have you been living in your bus, and what's your origin story?
We've been in the bus 2 months. We bought it in August, and then we spent October to January converting it, so 3-month conversion, and then hit the road in January.
And where did you guys do that?
We did it in Sagamore Beach, Massachusetts.
Yeah, very cold.
Yeah, in our
cold
driveway.
What were you living in prior, and where did the bus idea come from?
We were living in a rental cottage, and we've just always been into the tiny living thing. I used to do the van life thing, and then after like a few years of convincing,
You convincing Lindsay?
Yeah, we've been together almost 6 years now, and it took about 5 to get me there, but I don't think I could go back. Like, it's totally life-changing, and I'm glad you persisted.
Yeah.
We just wore down.
Yeah, you just wore me down. Fine, I'll do it.
Well, what has been life-changing about this for you?
I think just, you know, getting out of the routine has just really been very liberating and freeing. You know, I still work full-time remotely, but it's not like the daily grind of going into the same office every day, so it's nice to kind of have some flexibility in my daily routine. And just being able to travel on top of that has been really cool, not staying in one spot.
Excellent. Where have you guys been this last few months?
Mostly Arizona. Like, we came up from Massachusetts, but we were like booking it so we didn't really stay anywhere too long. And then, yeah, we got to Arizona for Skoolie Palooza. That was our first destination.
Yeah.
And then,
Right on.
we realized there was like a ton to see in Arizona, so we're gonna spend a lot more time there. We've been there most of the 2 months we've been on the road.
Yep.
Right on. It's great to hear that because we're both big fans of slow travel, where you can really take in a place. And like you said, it's like there's so many things to see in Arizona. It's easy to just like zip on through and,
Yeah.
and just like skim the surface. But the longer you stay, the more you can really appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. Yeah. That's what we're looking for.
Right on. Well, would you mind showing us around your bus?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Did you do this yourself?
We
Yeah,
did.
we did it all
We
ourselves.
did. It took about 3 months. I'm gonna shut this. It's very cold out. Yeah, it took about 3 months and a full time. Like Leo was working on it basically 9 to 5, but and we left January 4th.
Yeah. Yeah, we put in these pre-made cabinets and just kind of made them work. Yeah, that's like all our clothes storage up there and around the back, and then did some like pallet accents and got our hats stuffed up top, and then we have these pull-outs down here, and that's all more clothes storage that just slides out, and then there's more baskets in between, and that goes back a ways. And then this is actually all empty storage since we put in the cabinets up there. Now we have like too much space, so that's all empty. So I gotta figure out what to stuff it with. And then all my electricals down under here. The bed flips up so I can get to that. Yeah, and then this is just our little charging station, one of our light switches, and then our solar charge controller. And storage. The couch lifts up. There's storage under here, and then another one over here, and then the kitchen.
Yes. Yeah, so we have similar stuff over here too. Like this is my makeup and hair stuff. We have a 3-burner under here for hooked up to propane. And then our stove, this fits a full-size pan, which is nice. But then we have just like our jet boil and Tupperware stuff. All of our pots and pans. And then our dry food is in here. But yeah, and we have a utility drawer and our 12-volt fridge. Got this on Amazon for $300, which is a good steal. Yep. And we got this little pops out for extra counter space in here. Yeah, we had an extra rod from our curtains, so we figured, we could have a latch that pops out here, but since we didn't feel like buying something new, so we're just going to use the rod for now, and we can put our laptop and whatnot up here. Another cool thing we like to show is the curtains. We have Reflectix inside, so it helps keep all the heat in, and it also helps like with the cool weather as well. Just like maintains temperature indoors
While being adorable.
And they're just made out of drop cloths.
Yeah, this is just painter's drop cloth that we had.
Super cheap for like 15 yards of it.
Yeah. So again, like just something that it's nice and neutral color, and we didn't have to buy something brand new. It's nice to recycle that kind of stuff. This is the cubic mini wood stove, the Cub size.
Yeah.
It heats up the place perfectly, especially when we have the curtains down with the Reflectix in it. It's actually kind of too warm in here. We keep telling people that we got the bus so that we could put this stove in it, so. Underneath, like, we have a basket that holds all of our wood supplies and axe and whatnot. And then underneath, this is where we store the wood. It comes out and can also be like a guest seat. People keep asking if our cat likes this bed, and he doesn't. But it would be cool if he did. So, our bathroom is pretty simple. We have our Nature's Head in there, and then all of our toiletry storage. It's really. That's the only function of it. Oh, and our gray water tank too we have, so all of the water from our sink drains into the bucket out here. So we have a cat too. His name is Wilson, and we put his litter box up front under the dashboard. That was actually, I built that, and it was the first box I've ever built. They're a lot harder than you would think to build. But it does the job, and yeah, it's perfect for the space. We also have, when we travel, we have a little utility desk drawer that we put his food in, so it slides out. And so then it doesn't rattle around and keeps it stored nicely here. And it matches where we put our silverware in the kitchen area too.
Again from Tiny House Chattanooga. We, I think, first met you back at the first Tiny House Jamboree.
Yeah, a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, it's been 5 years, man. Which is
5.5, absolutely.
And the amount of innovation in the tiny house world in that time just blows my mind. And I know you've been a big part of that, of pushing the limits in your company and with your partnership with Volstruct.
Well, we've tried to. I mean, it's all about engineering and how you build your houses properly to take it down the road, or even if you're just going to stay stationary. A lot of the engineering should be figured out. And so we were the first to ever do the steel frame version because we knew the engineering could take that road of use. Or if you anchor it to the ground, it's ready for 150 mile an hour winds. Mm-hmm. So it can be both uses.
Oh, that's pretty fancy.
It should be. It's dangerous.
It really should be. So you brought two houses that are getting delivered in California,
Absolutely.
Is that right?
Yep. The one we're in right now is a little more of a simpler design, more for an Airbnb rental type thing. So like no washer and dryer, that kind of thing.
Okay.
That one's more full-blown living, has everything in it like a normal tiny house would be, but both custom units, you know, just to their spec.
Right on. That's great. And do you build many houses that come to California?
Actually, my market is pretty much Texas West.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you're based in Tennessee.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Huh. I would not have guessed that.
Well, it's, you know, there's lots of builders, different theories on how you build, different quality levels. And so I just happen to attract the folks out west who want really high-end quality. And so we ship them all here.
Well, we hail from the East Coast, which we still love. We do like to say West is best.
That can be true in some ways. Although today it's just as cold as home, so I'm not sure how good it is today.
Seriously, where's the sunshine?
Yeah, that was Friday.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Mike.
I appreciate you guys, absolutely.
YouTube world to Jenny Crane because she is a powerhouse here in San Diego, doing a lot of good in the housing world and advocating for tiny home acceptance across San Diego.
That's right.
Okay. What is Rebuilding Green?
Okay, so Rebuilding Green is a nonprofit organization that's been around since 1978 to be exact. And I actually took over a few years ago as executive director, and we actually enhanced the mission by including affordable housing. The constituents have always been seniors, veterans, youth, and single families, you know. But again, pretty much anyone that needs affordable housing. So we have different initiatives that we're going after. One of the big ones is the movable tinies to be included into the ADU ordinance with the American Tiny House Association. And I'm the chair currently for the San Diego chapter for that. And we're really excited of what's going on here in San Diego.
Yeah, it's incredible. I know it's been a journey, but there was just a really exciting announcement from one of the city councilmen, right?
Right. Actually, just on Friday, Scott Sherman announced that it looks like it's just about there, and it looks probably April is the time frame that we were told that it should go all the way through. They need one more vote, I believe. I could be wrong on that exact, but the bottom line is it's right here, and it seems that the approval of LA, the city of LA allowing the movable to go into the ADU ordinance or under the ADU ordinance actually really opened that door, and we can see that because of LA being such a big city that probably a lot of the other jurisdictions are going to follow suit. So it's exciting.
That's really exciting. It's a ripple effect of advocacy, which has been wonderful to see over the past few years, and so much groundwork that's laid that's now coming to fruition. Incredibly exciting. Could you tell us a little bit about your beautiful model behind us?
Oh, sure. This unit here is called the Puebla, and it is 12 feet 10 inches wide and 34 feet long. It has an 8-foot porch, but we can actually put a longer porch or a shorter porch on there, and you can even put a porch in the back, and then actually after you set it, you could get crazy with it and put a wraparound porch. So it is a 1-bedroom. It does not have a loft, although we can do lofts, but this one actually does not have a loft. But it's an awesome unit. We got a lot of excitement over it throughout the weekend. People seem to like it because it's bigger, and they can get, especially people that are like downsizing, they're not going too tiny. It's still tiny, but maybe not so tiny.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the width is appealing to a lot of folks because, let's face it, 8.5 feet wide isn't everyone's cup of tea. It's great to see a wider tiny home at a festival because I think for a lot of folks, 8.5 feet just feels too limiting. And we're big believers into each their own and what feels right to you. And there's a huge diversity of tiny homes that are available, and so it's great to see that represented here at TinyFest.
Right. I always tell people that tiny is what you define it as. I mean, someone coming from a 10,000 square foot house, 2,000 square foot might be tiny to them.
It's true. It's in the eye of the beholder, I suppose.
Yes, exactly.
Well, thanks very much for sharing with us.
Thank you.
There's a lot of bands here.
Alright, why was the mushroom invited to the party? Come on. Why?
You all might know this.
He was a fun guy.
Hey guys, it's Alexis.
And Christian.
Thank you very much for watching our video.
Yes, and subscribing to our channel.
And don't forget to check out more tiny house stories.
And tours.
Oh, and don't forget to join us on Patreon.
And again, don't forget to subscribe.
See you next time.
Take it easy, guys.